Hey everyone, welcome back to Rocky Watches Movies. Today we're diving deep into the 1973 James Bond classic, Live and Let Die. This film is packed with action, adventure and some seriously iconic moments. But how well do you really know this movie? In this video we'll discover everything from behind the scenes secrets to hidden details you might have missed. This video has it all. So grab a vodka martini, shaken not stirred of course, get comfy, and let's delve into 20 things you never knew about Live and Let Die. Despite being offered a staggering $5.5 million, equivalent to over $40 million today, Sir Sean Connery famously declined the opportunity to reprise his iconic role as James Bond for a seventh time. He did endorse Sir Roger Moore, however, as his successor, praising him as an ideal Bond. A signature element of the Bond films, the iconic opening gun barrel sequence traditionally featured James Bond entering the screen with a stylish hat. However, to further differentiate Roger Moore's portrayal from Sean Connery's, the filmmakers opted to omit the hat in Live and Let Die. This departure extended to other Bond staples, like the Walther PPK and the vodka martini. While these elements were gradually reintroduced as audiences warmed to Moore's interpretation, the hat remained absent from the credits, likely a victim of changing fashion trends. Live and Let Die was Ian Fleming's second James Bond novel, published in 1954, originally titled The Undertaker's Wind, a name retained for the book's 17th chapter. The story also served as inspiration for later Bond films, For Your Eyes Only and Licence to Kill. Fleming's novel centred on the nefarious scheme of Smersh agent Mr Big, who sought to sell counterfeit 17th century gold coins linked to Captain Morgan's treasure to fund Soviet operations in America. This Cold War era plot was deemed outdated for the film adaptation, and they didn't want Russians to be the villains. To reflect contemporary concerns, the screenplay was revamped to focus on the burgeoning drug trade. This shift in narrative marked a departure from the series' traditional espionage formula. Regular Bond screenwriter Richard Maybaum, absent for Live and Let Die, criticised the plot as incongruous with the Bond formula, only to ironically pen a similar storyline for his final Bond film Licence to Kill. Before Roger Moore was cast, a number of high-profile actors were considered for the role of James Bond, including Steve McQueen, Paul Newman, Burt Reynolds and Anthony Hopkins. Initially, the filmmakers contemplated bringing back Ursula Andress as Honey Rider from Dr. No for Live and Let Die. However, the idea was dismissed due to the implausibility of her romantic involvement with another 007. Known for being a bit of a joker, Roger Moore orchestrated a practical joke on co-star Jane Seymour during a lunch break at Pinewood Studios. Seymour had a habit of repeatedly asking each person in turn to pass her condiments, so Moore conspired with the crew that when she sat down they would all get up and leave. This left Jane Seymour in tears, and Sir Roger would later say in his autobiography that he regretted pulling the prank. Filming in Harlem presented significant challenges for the production team. The location was considered dangerous, necessitating the payment of protection money. Once this fund was gone, the filmmakers were strongly advised to leave. A particularly ill-fated attempt at set decoration in the area led to further complications. To enhance the dilapidated atmosphere of a back alley scene, the art department cut what they believed to be abandoned cables. However, a telephone company repairman appeared following complaints from locals who couldn't use their phones, causing much embarrassment. The iconic boat chase in Live and Let Die was largely improvised on the spot, with a script offering only the vague directive of creating the most terrific boat chase you've ever seen. The filmmakers relied on location scouting and on-set ingenuity to bring the sequence to life. The collision between a speedboat and Sheriff Pepper's police car was a complete unplanned accident, which is probably why we don't see the actual impact in the film. Screenwriter Tom Mankiewicz initially envisioned a black actress, specifically Diana Ross, for the role of Solitaire. However, producers Albert Broccoli and Harry Saltzman opted to adhere to Ian Fleming's original description of a white character. After considering Catherine Deneuve, they ultimately cast Jane Seymour. To compensate for this decision, the character of Rosie Carver was transformed into a black woman, played by Gloria Henry, marking Bond's first interracial romance on screen. This groundbreaking move was a bold step forward in terms of representation, but also carried significant financial risk due to the social and cultural climate at the time. The film's progressive stance was notably censored in South Africa, where all of Henry's love scenes were removed to comply with apartheid laws. If you're enjoying this Live and Let Die video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Helping us out would be very 007 of you. Harry Saltzman wanted an African-American female vocalist for the Live and Let Die theme song. However, Paul McCartney insisted that he and his band Wings perform the song if it was to be included in the film. A compromise was reached. McCartney and Wings would provide the iconic opening and closing credits version, while BJ Arnau would sing the song during a pivotal scene at Mr Big's nightclub. McCartney's rendition, now considered a Bond classic, narrowly missed winning the Academy Award for Best Song. To achieve the iconic bus stunt, the upper level of a double-decker was pre-cut and fitted with rollers before being sent to Jamaica. The film crew constructed a low bridge specifically for the sequence. Stunt driver Maurice Pachette then expertly manoeuvred the bus at high speed beneath the bridge, causing the upper deck to detach and dramatically collapse. Incredibly, actress Jane Seymour remained on board throughout the entire stunt. The snake coffin scene almost didn't happen. Jeffrey Holder, the actor portraying Baron Samedi, was terrified of snakes and only agreed to the stunt due to the presence of Princess Alexandra on set. And the scene involving Michael Ebbin, who played the menacing Damballa, also proved hazardous. A snake used in the scene bit Ebbin, sending him into a panic and dropping the reptile at Jane Seymour's feet. The quick reflexes of the on-set snake handler prevented a potentially disastrous situation. Also, the pre-credits sequence where Dennis Edwards' character is killed by a snake was made even more realistic by accident. Terrified by the reptile, Edwards fainted during filming, and this genuine reaction was incorporated into the final cut. Sir Roger Moore kept a detailed diary during the filming of Live and Let Die, which was subsequently published as a paperback. The book offers a comprehensive behind-the-scenes account of the film's production, accompanied by colour photographs taken by Moore's wife, Louisa Mattioli. Roger Moore singled out the Rolex Submariner from the film as his favourite Bond gadget. Equipped with a high-intensity magnet capable of deflecting bullets and a concealed buzzsaw, the watch was a highlight of the film's Q-branch arsenal. The scene where the watch's magnetic power is used to unzip Miss Caruso's dress required an elaborate setup, with a crew member lying on the floor and using fishing wire to replicate the effect after nearly 30 unsuccessful takes. The dual roles of Cananga and Mr Big, masterfully played by Yaphet Kotto, added a layer of complexity to the plot. Interestingly, the creation of these characters was partly a tribute to Ross Cananga, the owner of the Jamaican crocodile farm that doubled as the Louisiana Bayou in the film. Cananga also performed the daring stunt of Bond running across crocodiles and alligators to get back onto dry land. The role of the agent murdered in the pre-credits sequence went to Robert Dix, son of silent film star Richard Dix. Moore's mother was a devoted fan of the elder Dix, so he got the younger cast as a replacement for the original actor who dropped out unexpectedly. Although Dix appeared on screen as the British agent, his voice was dubbed by Canadian actor Shane Rimmer. To achieve the illusion of Roger Moore driving a taxi from the back seat, a combination of camera angles and stunt work was used. While Moore leaned over stunt driver Joey Chitwood's shoulder for close-ups, a stunt double took over for the wider shots. Despite the complexities of the scene, Chitwood maintained complete control of the vehicle throughout, even while convincingly playing a dead man. Unique among the Bond films until Casino Royale in 2006, Live and Let Die did not feature the Q character, Major Boothroyd, in the early films, typically portrayed by Desmond Llewellyn. Producers Albert Broccoli and Harry Saltzman made a conscious decision to downplay the gadget-heavy aspect of the series, believing it had become overly prominent. The enigmatic Baron Samedi, introduced with chilling effect in Live and Let Die, is depicted as a seemingly immortal figure, laughing triumphantly as he rides atop a train carrying Bond and Solitaire. His declaration of immortality suggests a character far more complex and powerful than a mere henchman. The filmmakers intended for Samedi to return in a later Bond film, a plan ultimately abandoned following the restructuring of Eon Pictures. While his cinematic comeback never materialised, the character has found renewed life in various Bond video games. And there you have it, folks. You now know a little bit more about Live and Let Die. If you enjoyed the video, which I presume you did as you got this far, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos coming to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.